NASA finally held its long-awaited press briefing on 3I Atlas on November 19, 2025. In our previous videos, we explored the object's strange orbit, mysterious features, and wild speculation about its possible artificial origin. But did NASA clear the air? In this update, we'll break down what NASA confirmed, what questions were left unanswered, and whether the newly released images actually prove anything. We'll also hear from Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb, who's not so convinced, and share what the scientific community and the public are saying. At the end, we'll look ahead. What's next for this interstellar visitor? NASA officials have clarified the most pressing question about 3I Atlas. It has been definitively confirmed to be an interstellar comet. Nicola Fox from NASA's Science Mission Directorate stated, "We quickly confirmed that this object definitely behaves like a comet," emphasizing that no technological signs, meaning artificial or extraterrestrial features, were observed. Amit Kshatriya from NASA's AI and Technology Directorate also addressed the rumors. "Let me first address the rumors. This is a comet. Its appearance and behavior clearly identify it as such." With this, NASA officially rejected claims that the object might be an alien spacecraft. In summary, NASA delivered a clear message. All evidence points to this being a comet. 3I Atlas is now officially recorded as the third interstellar object to visit our solar system, following 1I Oumuamua in 2017 and 2I Borisov in 2019. NASA believes this visitor, discovered in July 2025 by the Atlas telescope in Chile, originated from another star system over 4.5 billion years old. Scientists suggest that 3I Atlas may have formed in a chemically different environment than our solar system. Its composition includes significant amounts of carbon dioxide, some water ice, carbon monoxide, and hydrogen cyanide. In addition, an unusually high amount of nickel was detected, a rare but previously observed feature in 2I Borisov and some local comets. Overall, its composition fits the profile of a typical comet. NASA also emphasized that 3I Atlas poses no threat to Earth. Its closest approach will be around December 19, 2025, at about 273 million kilometers, 170 million miles, from Earth. Both NASA and independent astronomers confirmed that its trajectory is completely safe for our planet. During the press conference, NASA shared new images collected from various space missions. Although these visuals were released with some delay due to the US government shutdown, they were eventually made available to the scientific community. Since its discovery in July, NASA has tracked 3I Atlas using 12 different observation platforms, from the Hubble and James Webb space telescopes to Mars-based instruments. This represents an unprecedentedly broad observation campaign. NASA observed the comet from deep space with Hubble and Webb, from Mars orbit with Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, MRO, and MAVEN, from Mars's surface with the Perseverance rover, and from closer to the Sun with Stereo and SOHO. Even newly launched missions like Punch and asteroid missions like Lucy and Psyche have captured it in transit. This multifaceted approach provides NASA with numerous perspectives for understanding the comet's behavior and structure. Regarding image quality, NASA set realistic expectations early on. Due to the great distance, 3I Atlas appears as a blurry glow rather than a sharp object. For example, both Hubble's and HiRISE's photos show 3I Atlas as a faint blur against a starry backdrop. The HiRISE image from October 2, 2025, captured the comet at a resolution of 30 kilometers per pixel, revealing a pixelated white blob, likely not the nucleus, but the surrounding dust cloud, Coma. NASA noted that slight camera jitter on the MRO may have further blurred the image by a few pixels. Still, These blurry images clearly confirm the cometary nature of 3I Atlas. The coma and a short tail are both visible, indicating that the comet is actively releasing gas and dust as it heats up near the Sun. Dr. Tom Stadler of NASA's Small Bodies program estimated the nucleus to be between a few hundred meters and a few kilometers in diameter, likely a medium-sized comet nucleus. Stadler also remarked that the nucleus appears fairly round, hinting at a conventional spherical structure similar to Borisov. Another key finding is that 3I Atlas behaves as expected when nearing the Sun, releasing gas and dust. NASA's MAVEN spacecraft detected a halo of hydrogen atoms around the comet on September 28th, a common feature resulting from sublimating ices. This means that as 3I Atlas absorbs sunlight, it emits water vapor and other gases, forming a hydrogen cloud several kilometers in diameter. The James Webb Space Telescope also observed the comet in August using its spectrometer. While those spectral data may show signatures of vaporizing ices, detailed analysis will take time. For now, results from Webb will be shared through upcoming scientific publications. NASA's statements during the press briefing clarified many aspects of 3I Atlas, but left some critical questions hanging. Notably, the briefing largely avoided addressing the unusual anomalies that had been highlighted by scientists like Professor Avi Loeb and discussed in our previous videos. Loeb and others have pointed out what they call a list of 12 mysterious features, yet NASA officials made no reference to these during the event. So what are these anomalies? Let's explore a few of the key ones. Size and mass anomaly. According to Loeb, the mass of 3I Atlas could be 1,000,000 times that of the first interstellar object, Oumuamua, and about 1,000 times that of 2I Borisov. Statistically, finding something this large so early in our search for interstellar objects seems highly improbable. Loeb estimates only about a 0.2% chance. NASA's press briefing made no mention of this concern, leaving the question, why did we encounter such a massive object so soon, unanswered? Orbital plane alignment. 3I Atlas entered the solar system on a trajectory that aligned surprisingly well with the orbital plane of the planets. Loeb calculates that the chance of this occurring randomly is just 0.2%. This alignment allowed NASA's instruments to easily track it, but it also raised a provocative possibility. If the object was intentionally sent, perhaps it was designed to fly through the plane for visibility. NASA did not address this topic, not even to suggest it was a lucky break of nature. Rotation and jet behavior. So far, no definitive data has been released about the rotation period or axis of 3I Atlas. Normally, rotating comets release spiral or curved jets of gas. However, Loeb and some amateur astronomers noted that 3I Atlas's gas jets were unusually linear and symmetrical, particularly around October 29th when the object reached perihelion. Amateur images revealed straight jets stretching millions of kilometers toward and away from the Sun. If the comet were spinning fast, these jets would likely twist. Their narrow, stable form could suggest very slow or highly stable rotation. But because NASA's images were mostly taken before this period and the topic was not mentioned in the briefing, this curious behavior went unaddressed. In the end, the NASA briefing offered a solid general framework. Yes, it's a comet, but left the finer details and deeper mysteries largely untouched. Key questions remain. Why is 3I Atlas so massive? Why did it enter the solar system on such a perfectly aligned path? Are the jet emissions and rotation consistent with natural behavior, or do they hint at something else? NASA may simply be waiting for more data before addressing these issues, but for now, the mystery is still alive, just less officially acknowledged. After NASA's press conference, Professor Avi Loeb of Harvard University shared his reactions on multiple platforms. His summary was simple. Just as I expected, no big news. He had predicted that NASA would declare 3I Atlas as just another natural comet and use the government shutdown as an excuse for lacking new data. And that's exactly what happened. Loeb criticized NASA for focusing only on familiar comet behaviors, ignoring anomalies that might suggest something unusual. Just because it looks like a horse doesn't mean it isn't a Trojan one, he said, warning against dismissing strange findings too quickly. He proposed that even if 3I Atlas is a comet now, it could originally be an artificial object disguised by space dust and ice collected over time. He also reiterated 12 anomalies he published earlier, such as unusual size. 3I Atlas might be up to 1 million times more massive than Oumuamua. That's statistically unlikely if it's natural. Unusual orbit alignment. It entered the solar system almost perfectly aligned with the planetary plane, something that should be extremely rare unless it was intentional. Loeb noted that NASA didn't even mention these points or express surprise. If NASA is right, then nature has been incredibly generous, he joked. He also highlighted amateur photos of straight, narrow jets coming from 3I Atlas after October 29th, which could be natural or a form of propulsion. More advanced telescopes like Webb and Hubble might help analyze these in coming weeks. Finally, he suggested NASA should check if any fragments separated from 3I Atlas, possibly small probes if this were a mothership. NASA hasn't commented on this idea, but Loeb argues that science should remain open to unusual possibilities. Loeb concluded by saying, "Bureaucrats want us to believe in the expected, but discovery lies in the unexpected." His ideas remain controversial. Some call them speculative. Others say they're essential to open-minded science. So, how did the public react to all these developments? 3I Atlas has quickly become one of the most talked-about celestial objects since Oumuamua. NASA's clear statement, "This is not an alien spacecraft," brought relief to many, affirming their belief that it's simply a natural object. However, some were disappointed. On social media, users speculated that NASA might be hiding data or rushing to dismiss the mystery. Many criticized the blurry visuals, saying, "We waited all this time for a fuzzy dot?" Right after NASA's briefing, YouTube was flooded with videos sporting dramatic titles. Mysterious jets from 3I Atlas shock astronomers. Anomaly number 12, artificial origin gaining ground. And NASA confirms 3I Atlas bigger than expected. Some channels even suggested trajectory changes, asking, "Is it heading closer to Earth than we thought?" Clearly, the mystery remains alive for many. Despite NASA's calm tone, public curiosity and speculation continues to grow. Within the scientific community, however, consensus leans heavily toward NASA's conclusion. Experts like Oxford astronomer Chris Lintott stated unequivocally that there's nothing in 3I Atlas's behavior to suggest intelligent alien origin. Lintott even mocked the idea, saying, "Believing this is an alien ship is like thinking the moon is made of cheese." Most researchers see the object as a perfectly natural comet and a rare opportunity for study. In summary, the public appears divided. Some accept NASA's conclusions, seeing 3I Atlas as a fascinating but natural phenomenon. Others remain skeptical, wondering, but what if? Meanwhile, the scientific community supports the natural explanation, though voices like Avi Loeb's continue to keep the debate alive. And perhaps that's the healthiest sign of all. Science thrives where data meets curiosity. Finally, we turn to the next chapter of the 3I Atlas adventure. NASA reports that this interstellar visitor made its closest approach to the Sun in late October and is now racing out of our solar system. On December 19, 2025, it will come closest to Earth, about 1.8 astronomical units away, roughly 270 million kilometers, which is still far too distant for the comet to be visible to the naked eye. Still, that date offers a prime opportunity for astronomers. Throughout December, telescopes like Hubble and Webb, along with the world's largest ground observatories, will continue to monitor the comet and collect valuable data on its behavior. Data from these observations will be especially important for studying the comet's long jets, their structure, composition, and origin. By year's end, scientists might conclude that these are ordinary jets produced by warming water and carbon dioxide ice, or conversely, they might announce an unexpected chemical signature in the comet's outgassing. In fact, the first scientific results from these December observations are expected to be announced by late December or early January, giving us new insights into 3I Atlas's nature. In the long term, 3I Atlas will cross Jupiter's orbit by spring 2026 and then depart the solar system entirely. After that, only the data gathered during this brief visit will remain for scientists to study. Researchers will analyze those observations to deduce the characteristics of the star system that 3I Atlas came from. For example, what elements and ices it was rich in. It's very likely we'll see a flurry of scientific papers as international teams collaborate to investigate this object. Much like its predecessor, 2I/Borisov, Comet 3I Atlas could fuel astronomical research for years to come. For the public, NASA may also release a documentary-style summary video or an accessible article, since this story has captured so much curiosity about space. Another exciting prospect is preparing for future interstellar visitors. Astronomers are getting better at discovering these rare objects. The find of 3I Atlas proves it, and advanced survey telescopes like the upcoming Vera Rubin Observatory could spot even more in the near future. In fact, the European Space Agency's Comet Interceptor mission, planned for launch in 2029, is specifically designed to remain on standby for a suitable target, potentially even an unexpected interstellar object. Similarly, NASA might apply lessons from 3I Atlas to develop a mission concept capable of reacting swiftly to the next discovery. In short, when the next interstellar traveler, call it a 4I, shows up, humanity might not settle for distant snapshots. We could instead send a probe to inspect it up close. In summary, much of the mystery around 3I Atlas has been lifted, but our scientific curiosity is far from satisfied. NASA's updates have reassured everyone and provided key information. This object is a comet from beyond our solar system and poses no significant danger to Earth. Yet a few questions still linger in our minds, making us wonder, what if? That's why both scientists and the public eagerly await new data in the coming weeks. Perhaps most importantly, 3I Atlas reminds us that the sky is still full of surprises, and each new discovery brings much more to learn. Let's keep our eyes on the sky until we meet again at the next cosmic surprise.